Hello everybody, I'm Nasty Mold, and we do have a treasure cake bonanza on right now. You can look at every single realm. There are treasure cakes within them. 8 treasure cakes per realm, so that is a lot. In this video, we're going to do a quick candle run and collect all of the cakes, starting with the Daylight Prairie. Now it looks like the cakes are in the exact same locations as yesterday, so this isn't going to be super difficult, but to start off, we have 2 on the left-hand side of the social space. Then we're going to head down and find the remaining ones scattered throughout the prairie. We can find one in the butterfly field towards the village exit. And then from here we're just going to fly to the left and go into the cave and pick up 2 more from within there. We're going to grab the one that's kind of in the entrance of the cave on the right hand side here, and then one is inside the cave. It's pretty easy to spot. It's a giant red candle. You'll find it. But it is right here. And then after this one, we're just going to keep going straight into the Prairie Village. The next one can be found at the very top of the temple. You can definitely light the bell towers and ride a manta up. I just found it a little faster to fly up rather than doing that. So this one is right here in the very front. Now we're going to want to go to the bird's nest area where we have our last 2 cakes. So just fly back down and head towards like the left exit. These last 2 cakes can be found around both of the big bell towers here. One is inside this broken one. There it is. I guess not inside. On the side. And then one is underneath this other one. Now if you'd like to and you want to get some more wax, you can always go into the Sanctuary Island from here. Just keep going straight basically. There's a couple more cakes that you can find within there. Lots of wax. And then we're going to make our way to the Hidden Forest. Our first 2 treasure cakes here can both be found in the social space. And the rest are all below. Most are pretty deep within the forest, so we're going to have to go looking for them. There's only one in this first area here, which is unfortunate. So we're just going to fly over. And then in the left trunk here is our next treasure cake. From here, we're just going to keep going deeper in. In this area, which is the Forest Brook, we also only have 1 treasure cake, and it can be found at the very end here. If you want, you can go into the pipes that are on the left-hand side. There's a treasure cake in there. That one doesn't rotate or move day by day. That one is always there. So here is our next cake, right by the green light. And we're just going to keep going straight into the Broken Bridge section, where we have a couple more. If you're a newer user that has come with the Steam launch, you may want to be a little more careful than me. I like to fly in the birds just to keep myself charged, but there is a constant rain here that will actually drain your light, so you do want to be a bit careful. Here is our first cake. You can find both the cakes in what is essentially a straight line, but they're both first segment of that broken bridge. I like flying around there because it doesn't trigger a cutscene. The next is ahead, kind of, in front of the race entrance. Here is our next treasure cake. And then from here we want to turn around and fly towards the big roots that are hanging down from this giant tree here. This will bring us to the area where you can find Grandma's table. And in here we only have one more treasure cake. They're so scattered when they're in the hidden forest. Such a big area. And it can be found in this little gazebo here. So after we've collected this one, we can just go back the way we came and head into the broken bridge once again. Our final treasure cake can be found in the forest garden, which is the section just behind the temple. So we have to go into the temple, sit down, and then go into the area just behind it. You can definitely light the bridge and go up that way. I'm just flying through the birds. And here we are. This is past the Elder cutscene. Our final treasure cake is just here. Okay, now to the Valley of Triumph. We have 2 in the social space on either side, and the remainder are all below. Oop. So we're going to collect these, and then I will meet you guys down by the ice rink. In this section here, we have 2 more once again. One is on this big bridge here, and another is just in the ice right to the left of it. From here, we're then going to head to the Citadel, which is the doorway at the end of that one bridge. And we have 2 more to find within there. From here, they're pretty easy to find. They're basically just straight ahead. So we're just going to go here, and we can find our first one on this broken bridge. And the last one in this area is just ahead on another broken bridge. Kind of in front of where the race entrance is. Right here. Now there are 2 more that we can find within the Colosseum. If you'd like to and you want to collect the wax, you can of course take the race down. That would be the best way. But I am a little tired of races, so what I'm going to do is take the Aurora portal that we can find within the Vault of Knowledge. So I'll get these last 2 when I'm in the Vault of Knowledge later. Alright, now for the Golden Wasteland, we have our first 2 once again in the social space. And then we're just going to jump down into the wind tunnel. And we'll find the rest strewn throughout. Again, these ones are pretty scattered, kind of similar to the hidden forest. But I'll show you where we can find them all. The only cake in this section can be found smack dab in the middle of all of these crabs. Lots of wax to be had here. There's all the darkness that'll burst and give you just a ton. And from here, we're just going to keep going into the graveyard section of the Golden Wasteland. For our new players, we're just going to sneak past this krill. I don't worry too much about this one. It's on a pretty set route in which it goes to attack that manta, so you can pretty much fly straight and you should be okay. But of course, from time to time, the pathing and the routes of these krill do get a little mixed up, and sometimes it's freaky when they do. So from here, we're just going to keep flying pretty much straight. We have 2 cakes to find in this area, and hey, I might run out of flaps before I get to them. We'll have to see. I'm just going to fly straight through. I'm not too worried about the krill, but if you're super cautious, you can of course hide within the various caves here. So our first one in this area is just on this ramp. The krill is passing, we will be fine. There's also a ton of wax in this area too, if you'd like to pick it up. And then from here, just charging up really quick, we're just going to fly straight towards the staircase. The krill is passing, and we have our other treasure cake. I thought it was turning around for some reason. Sometimes they just randomly do it. It's kind of scary. Alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me out. Okay, now from here, I'm just going to fly towards kind of like the left-hand side of this area. Why did they turn around? Don't do that. That's what I mean. Why are you doing that? You're not supposed to. Turn around in midair. Oh god, I think I'm going to get caught here. It's okay, I'll get here. Just keep going. I think I might get caught again. Yep, but that's okay. I'll duck behind here. Safe. And we're going to take this exit that will bring us to the battleship. There's also a few entrances or exits that you can take to get here. Kind of strewn throughout. There's... What? Let me up. There we go. There are a lot of methods to get here. This is just my preferred one. And then within this area we have 2 more treasure cakes. Both are on top of the battleship on either end. Fly over here and find this first one. And then on the opposite end, why is it flying this way? That is so weird. What's with the krill today? They're acting up. Is it turning around? Oh boy. Here is our last one in this section. Please don't spot me, krill. And then we're just going to fly towards this way, towards these big pipes, and this will take us to the battlefield, where we have our last treasure cake for today. And then from here, we're just going to fly towards this big barricade, this giant wall here. Our one treasure cake is kind of on like the main tower part of it, the tallest section. There it is, and there we go. That is it for the Golden Wasteland. Now we're going to head home and into the Vault of Knowledge. Alright, before we get too deep into the Vault of Knowledge, we still have to collect the ones that we left in the Valley of Triumph in the Colosseum area. So we're going to fly through this tunnel here. This will bring us to the Collaboration Room. This is all of our past collaborative seasons. And we have a portal from the season of Aurora that will take us straight to the Colosseum. If you really needed wax, I think that doing the race would have been a better idea. But for me, I'm just prioritizing speed. So I'm going to sit here, and then we have 2 more cakes to find within the Colosseum. Our first one is immediately below here, and the second one is just across. And of course, if you need more wax and more cakes, there is a big collection of wax in the temple. As well as if you head to the Village of Dreams from here, there are a few cakes that you can find within there. Alright, for me, I'm going to head back to the Vault of Knowledge for the rest of it. Alright, so on this first floor, we should have technically 3 of these rotating candles, but there's so many cakes within the Vault of Knowledge, there's 4. So there's one here in the hallway, one in front of this 4-player door. If you have players to help you open this door, there is another cake right behind it. That one is always here. It's a permanent cake. I'm probably not going to wait for them though. And then we have another one here. And then from here we're going to make our way up to the second floor, where I think we have another 4 cakes. 3 of them are the rotating treasure candles. The cakes on the second floor are very easy to find. They're just in a circle around this very circular room. We have one here, one just along, and then one across from this one. And then, of course, we have an optional fourth cake. This one is a permanent cake, so it's not a rotating one. We do need 4 players to help open this door, and I think we might have 4 players, so that's pretty nice. All 4 players have to walk up and interact with each of these little, I guess, markers here. Then we can open the door and get one more cake. Me as well, there's always a lot of players on this floor. Yippee, there it is. Alright, now from here we're going to head to the 4th floor, so just play with the elevator and I'll meet you guys up there. This floor has so many cakes and it's pretty massive and sprawling, so it's easy to get turned around. This first one is behind the gazebo with the winged light in it. I think there's 5 of them. Yeah. And then we're going to fly up. There's a bunch of platforms around here. Some are moving, some are just stuck like this one. This one has a set of 2 cakes on it. One is midway and then one is at the very top. And then if we look across, we should be able to see the moving platforms. And there's also a cake below over there. So those are our last 2. I'm going to head to the moving platform section, where we have this cake. And then go for that last one that was below us. Right over here. And then after this, we are going to activate the elevator again, and we're going to make our way all the way to the summit, so the very top of the Vault of Knowledge. Once we're up here, we have our first cake basically immediately available. We have a second one that's towards the left-hand side of the section. And then we have a third and final one. This one is a permanent one. It's not a rotating cake, so it'll always be there, which is behind the temple. So this is where you would summon the Elder. And this is where we have our last cake. Wow, so that is a lot to find today. Just collecting these, you should probably have around 15 candles collected. Super fast, all within about half an hour if you're really speedy. Nice. Thank you guys so much, as always, for watching. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. And if the treasure cakes are in the same spot tomorrow, I'll probably pair this with my normal daily quest video, just because it's gonna get old if I keep reposting the same thing. Yeah. Bye, guys.